All right, Libra. So your underlying energy here is the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, the Ace of Pentacles. I thought it was the Ten of Pentacles underneath there. It's actually the Ace. So let's talk about a new beginning, a new direction in which to build, not necessarily to build abundance, but to, to start something that's long-term and, something that it can build, that can, well, that is, supportive, that's stable, and that has, and that's secure, right? This is building a legacy, right? Because, this is a pentacle, right? This is something that takes a long time to manifest, and it can lead to something that is so fundamentally and so grounding, so fundamentally grounding rather, right? So something that's really prosperous, something that's really wonderful. However, what's underneath here? You have the King of Cups. So this is also, it can also indicate an offer here too, the Ace of Pentacles. This shows that this is something that really means a lot, like something valuable. Okay, there's something valuable here within this, with the Ace of Pentacles here. Now, starts from obviously leaving a comfort zone, kind of stepping back into the world, Libra. Okay, and trust me, y'all, I'm getting triggered too, because this is something I've been dealing with as well. And the Hermit energy is definitely calling us out. We've been, this is talking about, taking a step back, looking within, soul searching, looking within ourselves to find the confidence and the strength that we need. And honestly, this is the time, we've been taking our time, for a lot of us, right? For a lot of you guys, this has been retreating and looking within to, to reconnect with ourselves, to bring us back home, right? For a lot of, for some of you Librans out there, right? This is also talking about, just kind of healing, a lot of these, old issues. You do see the Three of Swords there. A lot of looking at, these situations, or at least holding, like, not holding dearly, but like looking at these issues. Perhaps some of you guys have been looking at them. Some of you guys have been distancing yourself from this, right? Some of you guys may have even retreated because of these old issues. Okay, because of these old pains. Now, your best path to follow, your goal, your desired outcome is the Four of Cups. Okay. Now, the Four of Cups here does indicate that this feeling of apathy, right? Not sure if you wanted to take something, or not necessarily, or, you're not sure what to do with an offer. As a matter of fact, you kind of feel like you're kind of stuck in a situation where it's the same old, same things keep coming up, same offer, same everything, right? And it kind of can get to a place where it's like, you know what, well, if this is just going to be like this, then I don't really, become kind of like, I don't really care, right? Nothing really moves, nothing really happens. I'm just kind of stuck here, not sure what to do with half of this, right? For some of you guys, it's about not knowing what to do with an offer. Okay. And I feel like this Ace of Pentacles, like I was saying before with the King of Cups, this is somebody coming in with an offer of stability, support, and security. Someone that's wanting to build a long-term connection, a long-term relationship with you. Okay. It could be that there's somebody coming in with that, or somebody in your relationship currently that you're in a relationship with is wanting to build something long-term, to move into a direction where there's more of a solid ground, like a direction in which there's growth, there's growth together, like something that can lead a legacy, lead into something that can lead into something like amazing, right? Like I was saying before, it could go up to the Ten of Pentacles. But you have the Four of Cups here. Like, I feel like, you just want something exciting, something different. You don't want to, you're stuck at a situation where it's constantly the same old. Perhaps there's a situation where you want something different. You want something that's not, the same old thing, right? It's not, it's something fresh. But at the same time, right, the Ace of Cups, right, the cups that's there is behind him. He doesn't even notice it, and it's because there's a lot of focus and emphasis on what he's been dealing with for forever, the same old stuff. And I feel like for some of you guys, you want that new, you want to you want to shift your focus from what has been to what can be. And it starts with the Two of Cups in the placement of, blockage. The Two of Cups, this relationship. I don't know if this relationship itself is what's keeping you from being able to shift your focus, because this connection perhaps is the same old thing. Perhaps you don't feel the same way about your partner anymore. For some of you guys, you may feel quite in love with the person that you're with, but perhaps there is just there's just something here where you just it's just hard to see something different. But at the same time, you have the Hermit here, right? This talks about, kind of feeling, not necessarily stuck, but like you're in a kind of a retreated area. You're kind of isolated. This is solo, right? This is a solo mission when I see the Hermit come up. It's Virgo season, yes. You're looking very intently into details of yourself, of how this relationship really resonates with you, and it may or may not resonate with you, right? But the whole thing is, right, the relationship is what's keeping you from being able to see something different. Because there is an Ace of Cups, but there's like a lot of focus here. There's a lot of focus on what is, and I feel like you want something new, but in order to want something new, there has to be a different approach. You know what I mean? A different approach to the connection. And the reason why this Two of Cups is a blockage here is because of the King of Pentacles. Somebody could be coming into your life. This person is very dedicated, very serious, but I feel like at the same time, this person is very practical and focused, and focused on, I want to say making money, but they're very concentrated in the fact that they are, very practical. Okay, like I feel like with the King of Pentacles coming up, I feel like this person is can be very slow, but this person perhaps is the person that gave you the Ace of Pentacles. Just as somebody that's very solid, very stable. It's very grounding. I feel like this person's very much committed to the connection. But at the same time, I feel like this person may be like very, very, I don't know. There's something about the King of Pentacles, guys, that's just like it's something about the King of Pentacles with him, like with this individual. It's just this person's just very business oriented or something. But the whole thing is, it's just you want something new, and you don't want to deal with the same old stuff. And the King of Pentacles has a hard time changing anyway. So the relationship, probably the two of Cups, it's hard to do something different with somebody that's focusing on what they know. So the best path to follow here is the Page of Cups, which really talks about, expression of emotions, message of love, message of how someone feels. This is also starting something new in a very small way. This is about being romantic and being sweet and being loving towards one another in a very small way. This person is committed to you. And I feel like this person is the King of Cups that was underneath here. Perhaps you were in love with this individual, right? First it was something in regards to, something passionate. And then it became something deep. And now it's about building a legacy together. And now things are kind of like in a stagnant state. The love is there. How you feel about each other, I feel, is there. In regards to this commitment. But in regards to moving forward, right? In regards to seeing that there's a new cup there, in regards to taking the new cup and, shifting the focus, like it's hard to do with somebody that's perhaps not budging. Now, at the same time, this person may be boring as well. It's not exciting. Because this Four of Cups, so I'm showing that. But the Page of Cups talks about an expression of how you feel. Knowing what you want, knowing how you feel. Because the reason why I'm also saying knowing what you want, because you have here in your feelings the Seven of Cups. like you could be living in Fantasyland, but I think at the same time, it's not really that. I feel like it's just that you don't know what you want. Like, you just don't know. It's like you've been in a state where it's kind of been on, not really moving anywhere, kind of just same old stuff. It's hard to figure out what to dream again. It's hard to dream again. And I think that's what it is. It's like you don't really know what you want. You don't really want to take another chance and see where that goes, perhaps because you don't know if you're going to get stuck with the Four of Cups. You're trying to work with something that's there, and it's hard because there's nothing really coming to the table. Now, your hopes and fears are showing the Three of Swords, which talks about old issues coming up. Triggers, situations that, like have us looking back, and I feel like perhaps you don't really want to get hurt. Like, you don't want this to happen. Perhaps you guys are not really, you don't know what you want, but you're also kind of like, you're just looking at the options, not necessarily wanting to pick a cup, not really wanting to go out there and say, okay, I'm going to go and accept that cup, because you don't want to get hurt. You don't want to put yourself out there. Right? And it's because the Four of Cups. You're stuck. You don't know what to do. You want to make it work. And you're just like, you're committed to this individual, perhaps. You want to make it work with them too, but it's at the same time, maybe you don't know where this leads. If you feel like if you and the individual feel the same way, right? Now, the King of Cups was underneath the Ace of Pentacles. So I do feel like at a period, you were deeply in love with this individual. And now you just kind of just don't know what to do. But in your outcome, you have judgment, man. You have judgment. And judgment does indicate a change, transformation. Phoenix rising from the ashes. But it comes from looking back, looking and reviewing what you've been through. Recognizing who you are in this moment. Does this path resonate with who you are anymore? And if not, that's the call to action to do something different. If it is, it's a call to action to do something that resonates with how you feel. But you have to know what you feel first. The Hermit is supposed to look within yourself. And it looks like you are even more confused. You're supposed to, with the Hermit, there's clarity here. And you're more confused about how you feel. You don't know how you feel. But you don't even know what you want. As far as, what your dream is, as far as romance goes, as far as an ideal relationship, you don't know what it wants. And I feel like it's to start fresh, start something small. Perhaps you've been waiting on some sort of offer from someone, right? And it's perhaps, maybe you just have to do it. Let me go ahead and pull one card here for the Four of Cups. See why Four of Cups is coming up for you guys. Why is the Four of Cups coming up for Libra? Why is the Four of Cups coming up for Libra? Why is the Four of Cups coming up for Libra? Why is the Four of Cups coming up for Libra? I don't know why I'm getting so tongue-tied, guys, saying the weirdest stuff. The Knight of Wands. Wow. Okay, I don't know if y'all dealing with Sagittarius, or Aries, or Leo, but it's also talking about having fun. Right? You guys are, you're feeling apathetic in regards to a relationship with a fire sign, or you guys are, not sure what's even fun anymore. Perhaps you want something different, that's exciting, that's full of passion. And I feel like this connection that you're in, some of you guys, it may be void of that. For some of you guys, it just may be that you don't really know what it is that is fun for you anyway, personally. And it really has nothing to do with the connection. Or maybe it does, because the Two of Cups, right? Co-create. Wow, this is your card here. Co-create. Not necessarily saying that this is your card, right? I'm not saying that this card belongs to the Libra, but this is the card that you have this week regarding the wisdom of the Oracle, which talks about creating things, creating something new. And like I was saying before, like, the Ace of Pentacles can potentially lead to, a great amount of abundance, happiness, a stable relationship, a long-term relationship. And co-creation talks about your ability to manifest, the ability to make something happen. So you have it there, Libra. You can make something, make anything you want happen. But it's about believing in yourself and making it happen, and also doing what you should do to make it happen. I'm going to pull a Whispers of Love for you guys. See what comes up for this week for that. And it says, be willing to express love. When you express love, we begin to receive more love. Exactly what the Page of Cups is talking about. Expression of love. Communicate how you feel. Talk about how you feel. Start something small. You don't have to plan ahead if you don't want to. And it can build to something long term. But it starts small first. It starts with something innocent, something sweet, something genuine. And if you don't know how you feel, then perhaps you want to just ease into it, right? Hermit energy in the Page of Cups. Discover how you feel. And then cultivate that. Because right now, y'all feeling like it's the same old stuff. Perhaps somebody, even this person in this current relationship, is trying to start something new. But you're like, I don't know. I don't know where to go with it. I don't know how to move forward from this. It's been the same old thing for forever. I can only expect the same thing. No. That's where the Three of Swords is, right? Looking at these old issues. Why do you believe that? Do you believe you can change it? The co-creation right here.